Good morning. It is a beautiful frosty fall morning here on the Keweenaw Peninsula in the UP as we prepare to begin day 3 of our week-long road trip exploring Lake Superior and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. There is no such thing as a bad view of Lake Superior. Today, Blake and I are going to drive approximately 2.5 hours from Houghton here on the Keweenaw Peninsula through Marquette and then over to Munising, where we will eat our first pasty, explore Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore with varied and awe-inspiring views, driving the length of the park to its east end where we find the best dive bar packed with locals and other explorers and adventurers enjoying great food and company. If you've seen the previous videos, then you know we began our trip in Minocqua, Wisconsin, heading to Porcupine Mountain State Park along Lake Superior near Silver City, Michigan. From there, we drove to the Keweenaw Peninsula and spent a second day exploring it and taking in the northern lights. So we're on the Lake Superior Circle Tour on our way from Marquette to Munising, where our first stop is going to be at Muldoon's for a pasty for lunch. Just before Munising, we came across this interesting little town of Christmas. So we're coming into the little town of Christmas. Here's a big hop. Yep, at the casino. Okay, here's another big Santa. Christmas. The Naughty Club. A town like Christmas should not have a naughty club. North Pole. North Pole looked closed. Okay, and that was Christmas. Just as Lake Superior was coming into view from the highway, we got a notification that our Sunset Spray Falls cruise was canceled because of high wind on Lake Superior. We are pretty disappointed. This was going to be one of the highlights of our trip. But we were told that this is not uncommon to happen in the fall because Lake Superior can get mighty fierce this time of year. Pictured Rock boat cruises. Well, we had tickets for the Sunset Cruise tonight. It has been canceled because of the high winds on Lake Superior. So we're bummed about that. But that'll give us more time to spend in the park. At 1.4 miles to Muldoon's.
Holiday Inn Express.
The Holiday Inn Express Munising Lakeview features 62 air-conditioned rooms with refrigerators, microwaves, flat-screen TVs. It has fitness facilities, free Wi-Fi, a free breakfast buffet, laundry facilities, an indoor pool and hot tub. It has a small gift store, and our room has a lake view. We booked this hotel on the recommendation of other YouTubers.
In a half mile, the destination is on your left.
Okay, check out Muldoon's. Number 1 pasty in the UP. The pasty is a UP tradition. A pasty is a savory meat pie. Years ago, the UP wives of hardworking miners would roll out some dough and throw in their leftover beef, potatoes, onions, rutabaga, and wrap that up, creating a pastry for their husbands to eat while at work in the mines. This made for a very hearty meal. Muldoon's has a great reputation for putting out some excellent pasties.
I got the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
You gonna use your gravy, you think? Yeah. Okay, give mine a go.
Oh yeah. So if you come up to get a pasty, get a pie. Get a pie pasty for dessert. That's very good. You're just trying not to get blueberry all over your face like I did. After indulging in that UP tradition, we headed back to our Holiday Inn to check in and get settled into our room as we prepared for exploring Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. Beautiful view from our hotel room. From here, it's just a 15-minute drive to Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore Park, where we will begin our trip at the Munising Falls Visitor Center. This is where we will purchase our Pictured Rocks pass, or you can buy your America the Beautiful passes here too. Since we were very limited on time, the center employees were very helpful in planning the must-sees with the time we had left in the day. Miners Castle is one of the most famous landmarks along the Pictured Rock shoreline, and it is the only cliff area in the park accessible by vehicle. The Pictured Rocks Escarpment is one of the primary landscape features along the entire south shore of Lake Superior. This rocky cliff is one of several highlights of the 2.5-hour cruise we would have enjoyed tonight. Miners Castle was named by Englishman Alexander Henry's employees when they were exploring this area for minerals way back in 1771. While they didn't find any minerals, the name Miners has endured over time. The Pictured Rock Cliffs hold great spiritual significance to the Ojibwa people who have lived in the area for thousands of years.
Yes, that's what I'm getting a video of right now. That's really neat. You see the waves and then out comes the water. There it is. Yeah, it's beautiful. Just really carved a little tunnel through there.
Just to the east of us, we can find Miners Beach, which is a beautiful stretch of sand and rocks nearly a mile long. It is the park's longest beach and can be accessed by vehicle. The main parking lot is at the west end, with an additional small parking area available at the east end. A boardwalk leads to a small platform overlooking the beach. The boardwalk is wheelchair accessible to the viewing platform, making it a great stop for the whole family. What a beautiful aqua color on Lake Superior today. Next up is the Au Sable Lighthouse. The Au Sable Lighthouse is the only lighthouse within the park. This picture-perfect lighthouse, built in 1873, stands on Au Sable Point on the south shore of Lake Superior, about 12 miles west of Grand Marais, Michigan. It is still a working lighthouse with a now solar-powered light that shines over Lake Superior each night. I really wanted to see this lighthouse up close and in person, but because it's a 3-mile round-trip hike to and from the lighthouse and our daylight is dwindling, I'm going to hope we can catch a glimpse of it from the log slide. Here we are at the scenic overlook called the Log Slide. This area features information about the rich logging history and a chance to see the actual log slide used to transport logs to the lake. This steep, long slide is over 500 feet to the bottom. That's the equivalent of a 50-story skyscraper.
They did it, didn't they?
16 minutes.
They did it in 16 minutes? Holy cow.
So that couple, that younger couple, just made that 500-foot steep in the sand climb in 16 minutes. Let's take a better look at this slide. Warning, you need to be smart here. While the trip down may only take a few minutes, it could take many hours to return up the hill. You do need to use common sense. Rescue personnel are miles away, the closest being Grand Marais. It could cost you thousands of dollars to have them come get you. Wow, that is almost straight up and down. This dune continues to grow every year. As people walk and slide down the face of the dune, the sand is destabilized, and then grain by grain, winds pick up the sand and transport it to the top, creating the dune here in front of us. As people travel up and down, more sand is dislodged to be blown back up on top each year, and thus, the dune gets larger.
Now, I wonder, Ensemble lighthouse should be to the left of us. Oh, there's Biggard. Is that sand too, down there? There's that couple that just did this hill in 16 minutes. They got back up out of it. It takes some people hours, it takes some people to get emergency services. That would be us.
From here, we can see the massive Grand Sable banks and dunes stretching to the east. These cover a 5 square mile area and are approximately 300 feet high.
Yeah, I saw somebody down there.
Look at him.
Has he tried to come up yet? Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's like bent over. That's probably how you have to do it.
Oh, he's gonna be in trouble. Let me see. I'm gonna come out. I'll come back and see.
Get too close to you.
I know. Around here. Uh-oh, there's the lighthouse. Beautiful.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at that.
Looky there. Look at that bluff. This is beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful places we've been. Got everything. Well, from here, you can get a view of that guy trying to climb back out of there. He's made it a long ways. He's got a long ways to go and it's just going to get steeper. You can see he's pretty much on all fours. Distance out there is the Ensemble lighthouse. See if we can do some zoom on that.
If you visit this park, give yourself enough time to do the hike to the lighthouse. On the beach below the trail, exposed shipwreck remains dot the shoreline. It turned out to be a great day. Let's go get some supper. After a short drive further east, we came to the small town of Grand Marais. While there were a couple of restaurants to choose from, we noticed some people waiting outside to get into this one, Lake Superior Brewing Company and Dune Saloon. Once inside, the locals, who are also waiting, gave us good advice on when and how to get a table. It was seat yourself, and the place was packed. They also gave us advice on some of the best items on their menu. Everyone was polite, patient, and friendly. This place is full of people like us who had spent the day out in nature, as well as many locals. As of right now, Wednesday, a little after 7 p.m., this is definitely a family-friendly environment. We decided to order the cheese curds, and they were more like cheese cubes, deep fried in their own homemade batter. They were delicious. I know Wisconsin is famous for their cheese curds, but these are good enough to start a border battle. The pizza was also recommended, which is always popular with us, so we decided to give the 14-inch Rockhound a try. I know we were starving, but the food tasted delicious tonight. Exploring Lake Superior and Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore was the highlight of Day 3 of our Lake Superior Circle Tour in the UP. Stay tuned to see what comes next, because it just keeps getting better. Thanks for watching. Let's go exploring. We hope to see you next time.